Muhammad Ali was the greatest of all time. Sucker.
I want to mention that our own Sportskeeda Review. Am I saying that right, Bill? I never know.
I always blow his name too. I call him Raju.
I call him Raju too. But
I've been told by other people on the staff it's Raju.
Yeah, don't take his name out. So you always take this out every time, like he doesn't want to hear his name. He deserves a little bit of credit here because he did an interview with John Cena when they were in India, and he flat out asked John Cena this.
So many feel that Roman Reigns has been your successor. How do you think he's taken on the mantle from you?
In my perspective, I think Roman Reigns is the greatest of all time.
Thoughts, Bill?
Well, that's from John Cena's perspective.
Do you think that he might be the greatest of all time?
Muhammad Ali was the greatest of all time. Sucker. No, in terms of pro wrestling, the greatest of all time, I've got a list of 10 of them. So all on the same level. And it goes back to the days of Bruno, Dory Funk, Jack Briscoe, Harley Race, and going up and up, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair. I can't come up with the greatest of all time. You can't pin that down to one person when you've been in this business like I have for 51 years.
I agree. I think that's the problem that a lot of people have is that it's generational. You know, what I grew up with is not what kids are growing up with today. So what I think is the greatest of all time is from my time period.
Right.
And they got a different
and it's also what the broadcasters are feeding you too.
Oh, that's true.
Because one time they'll say John Cena, he's the greatest of all time, and then the guys on SmackDown will say it's Roman Reigns, the greatest of all time. So Teddy, what do you think?
I was just gonna tell y'all, John Cena's Hollywood now. Okay, so what the words is, Roman Reigns is the most phenomenal athlete in professional wrestling today.
Yep, I agree, and he is. I love seeing Roman Reigns. I wish we'd see him some more, but I know he's trying to take a little bit of a lighter schedule right now. But I'm looking forward to seeing him really get back into a hot feud again because I love the storyline with the bloodline and where it's going, including Jay. I mean, did anybody think that Jay was going to show up on Raw?
No. Totally out of nowhere. Cody Rhodes brought him in, and what great storylines are coming out of this. By the way, when you were just talking about the greatest of all time, I hope MJF is not watching this.
Fox now is rumored to not be interested in re-signing the WWE SmackDown program. And those that are in contention right now, according to rumors, are Disney and Amazon. I'm wondering, Bill, have you heard anything about the sale of the show for Friday nights going to somebody else?
Not at all. If Amazon gets it, will they deliver pro wrestlers to your doorstep?
Yep.
Or do you have to be a prime member?
Airplanes they have.
It's all up to the executives with the negotiations, etc. And the person that offers the highest amount of money will succeed in getting that show, and it may just stay where it is as well.
Something hit us there too, guys. We all went black for a few minutes, and then we come back in. So something knocked us out. But anyway,
wait a minute. We all went black.
Yeah, we all went black.
Is that what we were talking about before?
Well, once you try black,
Well, after I got through, you guys decided you wanted to be black.
You're right. And look, I get questions all the time from people. This is the oddest thing. People ask me, "Are you mixed?" And I'm like, no. Why are you so dark? I sit in the sun when I get a chance.
No, tell them, I'm mixed. Bloody Mary mix and vodka. Yeah,
absolutely.
No, I just think he's mixed up. That's
that's true. Let me ask you something. We still have about 5 more minutes here, and I wanted to bring something up that is not on our schedule of things to talk about, but I want to talk about this. I watch Gunther, and to me, again, one of the most exciting people to watch in WWE right now. I love what's happening with him, but his chops. You both have been in the business forever. Who are some of the best choppers in the business?
Wahoo McDaniel was the chopper. He's the one who taught Ric Flair how to chop. So I would say, you know, even though he's no longer with us, Wahoo.
I used to ride with Wahoo, and I remember one night we was in Midland, Texas. We was in Wahoo's hometown. And I understood about the chop, you know, because I'd see him and do it. But, you know, at that time, Wahoo was an agent then. You know, he got out of the ring. So me and Wahoo was just so cool, man. He was just a great guy. So I was managing Doom at the time, so I was a heel. So I was standing around and I'm talking in there. You know, everybody's booing me. So I look over at Wahoo, and so I'm like, let me do something to get him good in his hometown. So I called Wahoo in, you know, and threatened him like I was going to beat him up. You know, I'm weighing 90 pounds. So he jumps in the ring, and I told him, give me that chop. Oh, my God. What did I do that for?
Now, before you go any further, Teddy, I got to know. So were you thin Teddy, or fat Teddy?
Well, I was thin Teddy then. I hadn't put on that extra weight.
Like, don't you wish you had?
I'm the size I am now.
So you're taking a chop from Wahoo.
Brother, listen to me. He knocked the wind out of me. All I did, I laid down on the mat and I just couldn't do nothing until I got my wind back. Oh yeah, but it was all right. All right, because people loved it. But you know, I'm just saying, I didn't care. It was Wahoo. Whatever.
Well, since that spot went over so well, did you try it again?
No. And the only reason I did that because he was in his hometown.
Yep.
You know, and I thought in the ring, I said, he's hometown, the people here. I said, let me do something for Wahoo.
Did you still have a handprint on your chest or anything from the chop?
No.
Bring blood to the top? No.
No.
Harley Race was another exceptional chopper. He was very tough on everybody with the chops.
Now, is there anybody else that we're forgetting? I'm thinking Ric Flair, I'm thinking Wahoo, Harley, and I'm thinking
Ricky Steamboat.
Ricky Steamboat, yes. Yeah, he did. Who else? There's got to be somebody else out there, too, with these chops that we're not thinking about.
Big Show.
Oh, yeah, he did have. Now, there was a difference in chops. There was always that side chop that you see come in like Flair would do. And then you would see Big Show's chop, which was basically a palm coming down to your chest from high up, where he just comes down and goes, boom, on your chest. The side chops always look more painful to me. That knife chop, just like, oh.